Welcome back to the Moneyverse Show by the Better Foundation. I'm Andreas Vecchiet, and I'm hosting today's episode of the show with our personal finance expert, Lionel Lee. This show is all about helping you navigate the world of money, be on top of your personal finances, such as income, bills, debts, savings, mortgages, investments, taxes, and family commitments. The show is also about answering your personal finance questions with the help of experts who are experienced with money and have practical suggestions. Our show is purely for education. We are not a financial services organization, and you will never be sold any financial products and receive information that originates from any financial institution. Comments shared and exchanged in the show are for your personal educational benefit only. Welcome back to the show, Thomas.
Thank you for having me again.
You're welcome. Thank you. For those of you who do not remember Thomas, he is currently living and working in Ballarat, Victoria, and shared a question about saving up his emergency fund and paying down his mortgage as quickly as possible in an earlier episode. We came up with a solution. In today's show, we're going to check in with Thomas about how he went about implementing the solution and the results he experienced. My co-host, Lionel Lee, needs no detailed introduction. He's a recognized money expert globally, and he was recently sought out by the Australians Money Puzzle by James Kirby as the ideal person to decipher how FIRE, or Financial Independence Retire Early, works. He is also the author of Journey into the Moneyverse, the Money Habits coloring book for kids, available on the Amazon US website. Over to you, Lionel.
Morning, Andreas. Thank you so much. And morning, Thomas. How are you feeling today?
Hot.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for joining us on this episode of the Moneyverse Show again, and sharing with us your experiences with the solution that we discussed before. Previously we talked about offset accounts and redraw facilities for home loans. I was just wondering, what's your understanding of the workings of an offset account, and also, your understanding of the workings of a redraw facility?
Yeah, so look, after our discussion last time, I was made more aware of how an offset sort of account works, in the way that the money that's sitting in the offset account effectively reduces the principal owed on the outstanding loan amount, which then reduces the interest that you pay on the principal because it's been reduced. I thought I had a fairly good understanding of redraw, but following our conversation last time as well, I spoke to my bank just to confirm, because I wasn't 100% sure how they were interpreting it, and we were both sort of on the same page of how redraw works. Any sort of excess money that's paid on top of the minimum repayments is available for redraw. The way that the bank application showed that is a little different, just the way it works. It wasn't how I expected it to be, but it is, in the back end, is doing exactly what I thought it was doing. So I was really glad I cleared that up as well.
Well, that's really great. So it's good that they work exactly as you understand, and also when you had a chat with your banker, it worked in a way that you both understood as well. So there was no difference in the experience between you and the bank, except for, I guess, you mentioned in the paperwork for the redraw facility.
Yeah, just how the application shows the money available and the way it works with sort of the monthly repayments, whilst on the back end there is that available money. The way the app is like, well, actually you owe X amount for next month's repayments because you haven't got more than a month's worth of repayments available for redraw. We'll show it as a zero. That's where the confusion was, and once that was explained to me, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And they said on our back end we can see what's there and what isn't there. So it's just how that particular bank worked. But I was very lucky that my financial institution allowed me to have both an offset and a redraw facility at the same time.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the points that we mentioned, and it's good that you're able to actually get that. So just to recap for our viewers, we derived a solution to keep your emergency fund and lower your mortgage loan repayments at the same time. The solution actually involved the use of the offset account and the redraw facility that you mentioned, and it's great that you managed to get both from the bank when you took the solution to them. Can you share with us any of the juicy details of how your conversation with your bank executive went?
Yeah, look, so I contacted them, and I expected it to be. I was concerned that I wasn't able going to get a redraw and a offset account, as I already had a redraw facility. And in speaking with them, they said, "Oh, well, actually, we can give you up to 6 offset accounts as well as your redraw facility." So, in discussion with them and following the advice from the podcast, I basically converted any account that has a large amount in it of mine to a offset account. So now I think I've got 3 offset accounts. My emergency fund, which is still getting built up, as well as my sort of everyday account where my wage goes into, and I've got some money set aside for some future travel that I'm going to go do, and that's a decent amount as well. So I've put that as an offset as well. So it's all added up to some, I think, tangible differences in the interest that I've paid so far.
That's fantastic. So you've got 3 offset accounts working against the mortgage loan repayment, and that works in tandem with a withdrawal facility, which the bank has already given you at the onset anyway. So that's fantastic. So it's only been like a month since you've taken this solution to your bank lender. So has anything else happened to your emergency fund and the mortgage repayments in this short period of time?
So look, the emergency fund is still building up at the same rate it was previously, with the new goal of sort of $4,000, based on our discussions from sort of last time. As it's only been a month, I've only had 1 interest payment deducted from my home loan account, but that was about $100 or so less than it would have been previously, which is not an insignificant amount, considering the interest that I'm paying. That will add up in terms of money that I'm paying that's now going to the principal payments as well, and not just getting eaten up by interest. So it's good to see a fairly quick and fairly instant sort of result.
So Thomas, did you manage to work out with the 3 offset accounts that you have right now? So you've got 3 sums of monies against the mortgage repayment. How much or less payments are you expecting? Did you manage to work out what that amount will be?
Well, as the emergency fund keeps going up, as well as I keep paying down the principal through my repayments, it's going to, the benefit to me in terms of less interest paid is going to get bigger and bigger each time. At this point in time, I haven't really been able to sort of track the decrease yet. Over the next couple of months, I'll be watching it very closely to see the changes, and then see if I can work it out from there, sort of how it's going to keep going. But across the 3 offset accounts, I've made probably about a $6-7 grand impact on the principal, which is a really significant amount.
Yeah, that's fantastic, because previously it was 0 impact, right?
Exactly. It's effectively I paid $7 grand on the mortgage without actually doing it.
We had 0 impact, and then original intent was 2,000 impact, right? So now you've got 4,000, and then the 4,000's ballooned to 7,000.
Yeah,
right.
across the accounts. So it's been really good.
So you mentioned 100 1 month. Just that's on the $4,000. That's actually the positive impact, or positive difference that's made by the $4,000, or is it by the 7?
I believe that's, and this is the tricky thing, because interest on home loans is done daily. They compound it daily. I didn't set up all those offset accounts in one go, just the way that I had to do the paperwork through the bank. So over the course of the last month, I set up the three about 1 week apart from each other. So it's hard to say what the full impact of that will be, having those offset accounts available for a full interest month. So that's why I'm not sure at what point that would come in, but that impact, the first account that I did, at the time I did it had about 2.5-3 grand in it. So that account was the longest I had an offset account for, which was almost the full month.
Yeah, that's great.
So I have a slightly bigger impact. Obviously, it's been Christmas, so there's been a bit more expenditure.
Yeah. Understanding.
But it'll be interesting to monitor and see how it goes over the long term. But it's certainly already doing some hard work that wasn't happening previously.
That's good. That's good. So just one tip is just quick chat or email to the banker, your banker, and ask him or her to let you know what the positive difference will be, because they've got your numbers in 3 offset accounts. They know what the difference will be on the principal, so they can actually be able to derive that information for you. So instead of you waiting a month to see what that difference will be. Yeah, so something else that you can do that will get you the information you need without you trying to actually work it out, right? Or wait for that information to come from your bank statement.
Yeah, well, it saved me a bit of Excel spreadsheeting.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So thanks again, Thomas. Thanks for being so open and sharing your experience with the use of the offset and the withdrawal facility in relation to your emergency fund, as well as your goal to actually reduce your mortgage repayment with your lender in this episode today.
No, but thank you for having me. It's all been a very a worthwhile experience. I've learned a lot, and it's been really impactful. So, thank you.
Great
Our
to
pleasure.
hear.
So,
all right. Thanks, Thomas. Thanks, everyone, for watching. To follow our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, I Want a Better Life. We welcome you to share your money questions on the show. If you'd like to join us, please visit the Contact Us page on our website, www.intothemoneyverse.com. That's intothemoneyverse, one word.com. See you next time. Thank you.